class? Something important we have discussed yesterday.
Inquiries and reports, trial
So
balance.
wondering, okay. Trial balance is something very important that we have discussed yesterday. We have seen every option in trial balance, how to track balances, okay, how to look at them, how to track the balances according to the period, how to identify the balances in the accounts according to the period and the transactions behind those balances, and how to track the transactions by currency, the balances by currency in that account. We have seen that. So today we'll work with the leftover reports. So there are quite few reports that are important in Dynamics. One is this dimension statement, another one is this ledger transaction list, third one is this posted transactions by journal. So mostly the reports will bring same kind of data, but in a different format. So you can try all the reports when you have time, but we will discuss about those few reports which are really important. Okay, this one dimension statement, ledger transactions list and posted transactions by journal we will see. I think we have seen this previously and we will see this again. And later we will discuss about general ledger parameters today. Under ledger setup we have general ledger parameters. So we'll discuss them. So let us start with this dimension statement. Let's see what we have in this ledger report dimension statements. It's here in general ledger inquiries and reports. Under ledger reports I have dimension statement, 4-step navigation, GL, inquiries and reports, ledger reports, dimension statement. If I click on dimension statement, I can see the criteria which I can select for running a report. So I can select the criteria. Here I can select ledger balances or budget balance. We don't have budgets enabled, so we will go for ledger balances only. So this dimension statement by name itself says that we can track balances for dimension values, just like we have done by using the financial dimension set we have created. We have tracked our balance and trial balance, right? In the same way, this report can also be generated for the same way. Here you can see primary financial dimension set where you can select one of the dimension set we have created. So for this legal entity, we have created few dimension sets, right? MRF, main account plus cost center, main account plus location plus department here like this. So I'll select that dimension set. I told you previously, dimension sets are used in two places. One in trial balance, other one is here in this report. Okay. So here I can select my dimension set. I can also select a secondary financial dimension set, another dimension set, which I'm not selecting now. We'll do it later. Then I can select the criteria for the report, starting from date 1 to the end date, or I can select any month or any quarter or any dates. For a week, I can select suppose two from date and to date. Just can be defined here. Then specification we can say posting type or by day, by week, period, total or anything. So mostly it is by posting only. 1 second, guys. Sorry for that, guys. Sorry for the delay. So we were discussing about this dimension statement report. So to extract the dimension statement report, I have selected transactions as ledger, and I have selected a dimension segmentation plus department of the MRF legal entity. Okay. Then I have selected a date criteria from date to date. From whatever the amount of transactions and balances you want, you can select that from date to date. Okay. Then you can select all these details. Posting layer is current only by default. You can change other layer if you feel like if you have any transactions in the other layer. Okay. So you can select all these things. Offset account is needed. Currency total is needed. So without transactions is needed or not needed. I don't need accounts without transactions. Okay. Include opening transaction amounts. So I want opening balances as well as include closing transactions as well. Yeah. Okay. Include reverse transactions as well. Okay. So I can select all this, and then I can also include criteria. So here I can include a journal batch numbers or main account, for which main account we have to run. If I don't select anything, it will run for all the accounts, whatever we have. Okay, I'll just click on OK and we'll see how the report will be generated. Takes a while. There is a message. I don't know what is it. We'll see. Okay, operation completed is what it is saying, right? So here I can see transactions by main account. See, here you can see the transactions by using cash account. First account is cash account, right? So I can see cash account, and all the transactions are the journals that are posted using cash account, only cash account. Okay. Later, if I drop down, I can see cash account plus Hyderabad location. Here, cash Hyderabad. So here I can see all the transactions that are posted using cash plus Hyderabad combination. So these are the transactions that I have posted using cash and Hyderabad combination. Coming down, cash plus Hyderabad plus finance department combination. So this is a one journal or one journal, one voucher I have posted using Hyderabad plus, sorry, cash account plus Hyderabad plus finance. In the same manner for each and every account according to the combinations. In the trial balance previously we have seen balances, right? Here I can see the transactions. Okay. The same journals as well as the transactions related to them. I mean same account combination, account and dimensional value combination, and the transactions related to them. Previously, when we used the same dimension set in the trial balance, we used to see the balances for each account. Here we can see balances as well. You can see balance in the bottom as well as the transactions related to that balances. We can see everything in this report. In the same way, for every account, this report would have been generated. Here I can click on next page. This will take me to the last page. This will take me to the first page. This will take me to the previous page. So if I click on next page, it will automatically take me to the next page. So here in the next page, cash account plus Bangalore plus finance department, cash account plus another dimension, cash account plus Chennai, next petty cash account. And the same way I can find a lot of pages. I can find page numbers also here. If you give page number 4, it will take me to page number 4. Sorry, it's not page number 4 actually. It's it searches for a unique what I would say, the unique data. Whatever data you want, you can give it here. Actually, go to is for page, not find. So this go to option we can select for page number. Go to page number 2. I can say in this report it will directly take me to page number 2. Here I am again in the page number 2. I can zoom in, zoom out this report by this option. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom out. Then I can export this report in whatever format I want, PDF or Word or Excel or XML, any format you wish. Clear? So it automatically prepares a report of each transaction and which account is being created or debited. So you can see the account that is being created and debited. And what is the offset account used? We have selected the criteria while we are running the report. Offset, for offset we have enabled it. So we can also see the offset account used in that particular transaction. Here we have offset accounts. Here we have 3 offset accounts actually for this petty cash account. So in the same manner, we can see all the transactions reversals. As if at all they are reversed, we can also see the reverse trace number for the transaction in this report. So it entirely prepare a report in within seconds and give it to you whatever you want. So that's how you can use the dimension sets in this report dimension statement. So I'm coming out of it. Actually, I have to close all the pages. So there you have. So clear, guys. So it is in inquiries and reports, ledger reports and dimension statement here. Okay. Then I have this one, ledger transaction list report. If I click on this report, I can also see the ledger transactions only from date. You can give date to date. Then you can select yes, include reverse transactions also. Then you can select particular journal batch number or journal number or main account, whatever. Journal batch number is not selected. Journal number or main account or voucher number, you can select anything in the filter here. If at all I don't select anything and if I run it, it will run for all the main accounts and all the transactions will be printed in the report. Suppose if I click yes, from date 1 to December 31st, I want all transactions. That's what I told it. Since it will be a very big report, it takes a little time. It's generated quickly this time. So here I can see for each day, starting from 1st of January to every day, you can see transactions here. 1st January, 6th January, 6th January, sorry, not 1st January, 1st June, 1st June. In the same way for a day by day, you can see transactions here. What are the transactions that are posted for each account? I'm sorry again. So this is for main account, cash account. Here you don't have any dimension differences. You can see dimensions used here in this ledger account page. Here. So here for other account, you can see here what are the journals we have posted for petty cash account, for other account, intercompany receivable account, payables account, receivables account. You can see everything. Then you can also go to a particular voucher by clicking on this journal number or on this voucher number. Suppose if you click on this voucher number, system will automatically take you to that voucher. So I clicked on it, actually it's loading. Yeah, we can see here voucher number 24. Cash account is created, advertisement expense account is debited 1st of January. I can go back to the report. So the same here, it is showing cash account is credited with 1000. That's what in amount in reporting currency also it is showing. But here the disadvantage is that it's not showing the offset account in the report. It is only showing one account. If the cash account, if it and the journals posted for cash account, in that journals it is debited or credited, whatever it is showing, just like that. Transaction currency, accounting currency and reporting currency. 3 currencies, just like in the voucher we will see, right? The same way it is showing, but only one account. Again, this voucher number only will be there for another account, the advertisement expense account we have used. There it will show the advertisement expense is debited. The same voucher number will show up, but for different account. The opposite account we used in this journal. This is how we can select or prepare a report. So we can also export this in PDF format if you wish to report. It takes a while to load since we have multiple pages in that. So you can see PDF is downloaded in the system. So here I can all the transactions generated here according to the main account. So that's with ledger transactions list, this report. Then I told you, right, this report is important, posted transactions by journal. Here, this report gives you the criteria to select a journal batch number and see the what all transactions posted in that journal batch number. So in voucher transactions inquiry, we never have this option of journal batch number for inquiry. But here we have that option called journal batch number in the posted transactions by journal. Previously we have run this report with this journal batch number. We can again run it, no problem. Here I want ledger account plus financial dimensions used and all the vouchers that are posted in this journal batch number. Okay, I'll just click on OK. And I can see the report in a while. Here I can see the report, journal batch number, and the vouchers posted. I only have one voucher posted in this journal batch, and in that voucher I can see two accounts which is debited and credited. Cash account debited, revenues account is credited. So it's a simple report. And I can click on this voucher. It will directly take me to that voucher here. Cash account debited, business revenues credited. I can directly go to original document and find it. Simple. Close it. So that's one report. The other one we have here, we can see this one, transaction list by date. This also gives the same kind of thing. We can list out the transactions by date, from date to date. Also include reverse transactions. I think in this report it don't show according to the main account. It will show according to the date, I think so. Previous report we have seen the report is according to the main account. So here you can see this report is according to the date. So on 1st of January, these many transactions are posted. You can see voucher numbers. On 31st of January, this February, again date by date, it's in ascending order. Dates according to the date which transactions are posted, you can see in this report. In the previous report which we have seen there, that report was by account. So for each account on particular dates, date wise, how many transactions are posted. Here date wise transactions, no criteria of account here again. So the account is given, but transactions are not listed by account. They are listed by date here in this report. So that's why we have transaction list by date. Report name. Okay, anytime if anybody asks any report from system, or if your client asks a specific report, that while during implementation, if client says it does dynamic supports or gives us this kind of reports, you can say that yes, it gives. We have transaction list by date report. You can extract that report and use it, or inquire the transactions by that report. You can say like that. Okay. They can always select any date criteria if they want. So here you have, right, from date to date, you can select any date, and for that particular dates, what are the transactions posted, that can be exported into PDF or Excel format or anything if you, as you wish. It's pretty much easy to extract the data that is posted already in this format that we want. So dynamic supports few good reports or inbuilt reports we have. So this is about few important reports and inquiries in the general ledger module. For every module we have them. We'll see them separately in those modules as well. Okay. So clear, guys? Any confusion in this inquiries and reports? So in interviews, they might not ask about inquiries and reports. Mostly they might not ask, but it's as a consultant, it's important for you to understand how each inquiry and report works and how we can track transactions and balances for each account by date or by voucher number, by account or by any other criteria, how we can track transactions and different reports available. So if you have knowledge on this, this would be benefit for you only. Okay, so that's why I have taken efforts to explain you these inquiries and reports. If it is clear, we can go for our last topic in general ledger for now. General ledger parameters. So let me open the course content once again. I think we have discussed everything. So allocations, intercompany done, balance control, reason codes, general ledger parameters is left over, dimension sets done, transaction reversals done, inquiries and reports. We have discussed all these things. Foreign currency devaluation, consolidation, and year-end closure. These three topics we will discuss at the end of the course. These are very, very important topics. So this can be understood only when course is almost done. Okay, year-end closure can be done only when we complete all the accounts, right? So we'll do that. Okay, no hurry in this, but I'll teach them in good time when we can learn properly. Okay, when other modules are also configured, it would be very easy for you to understand, or better we can understand rather than if we discussed today. Okay, so we are only left over with this topic, general ledger parameters. Okay, we will discuss this topic for today, and general ledger will be completed for now, except these three topics which we will discuss at the end of the course. Okay, so general ledger parameters. So what is parameters? Why do we have parameters in general ledger or any module? Did I told you previously what happens with parameters? So it's here in general ledger, ledger setup, general ledger parameters. Anybody, what happens with general ledger parameters and what are parameters?
No.
So in every module in Dynamics, we commonly encounter with this parameters. In every module, it will be under setup. In general ledger module specifically, it is under ledger setup because we have 2-3 setups in general ledger, like journal setup, posting setup. So here it will be under ledger. Ledger setup, we have general ledger parameters. So here we have various kinds of rules and yes or no conditions, which will guide the entire process. Although you have done configurations, although you are clear with process activities, there are certain small minor flags or setups in this general ledger parameters, or in any module under parameters, you will have this controls which will stop the process or allow the process, which are where we can give certain conditions for the process. So that will be there in general ledger parameters, or in any module under parameters we have that. Certain processes and already configured configurations are also guided by the options that are available here under general ledger parameters. Okay. So and general ledger parameters is a heart for Dynamics finance modules. So most of the time here the parameters that we have here are the basic for the other modules as well. The control will be there in general ledger parameters only. Okay, here these parameters controls how system has to function or how different client operations has to function will be controlled by general ledger parameters sometimes. So you should have good overview of these parameters, and sometimes when system stops or bothers someone, it's most of the times you have to come to the parameters and check if the related parameter is enabled or disabled. Okay. So having said everything until now, well, let us try to understand this general ledger parameters and how we can use all of them. See, we have different sections here: ledger, sales tax, inventory dimensions, number sequences, batch transfer rules, chart of accounts. So all of them are very small to discuss, except this ledger. It's a whole big concept. Coming to sales tax, we will discuss this in the during sales tax module. Okay, we are not touching all these things currently, but during sales tax module we will discuss all these things. Coming to this one, ledger, which is the very important and major of the topic in general ledger parameters. Okay. So here, coming one by one, I can see this one, check for voucher used. Here select how to handle duplicate voucher numbers in journals. You must select accept duplicates to be able to use different transaction dates for the same voucher number in the date field on journal lines. So what does this mean? Check for voucher used. I have two options. Reject duplicate within fiscal year, accept duplicates, warn in case of duplicates. So what does it mean by check for voucher used? Anybody?
Like we have already used the voucher number and it should not repeat it again.
Exactly. Whenever we post any transaction, it will definitely take a unique voucher number. We all know that and we have seen it. Or we also track the transactions using voucher number. So the uniqueness for a transaction comes only when there are different voucher numbers, right? Or else at least it has to be posted for different dates, even though if it is single voucher number. But having single voucher numbers is always a confusion. Having single voucher number for 100 transactions is really confusing. You can't track which offset account is for which main account because sometimes balances also match. Then it would be trouble for you, right? Then having single voucher number or unique voucher number for each transaction or each compound entry or each normal entry is really important, or it's good practice of maintaining accounts. Okay, for that purpose, system will not allow the same voucher number to be used again. So once the voucher number is used and posted and used, system will not generate the same voucher number again. Even though forcibly, if you would generate a same voucher number by giving the user number in the number sequence page, we can give the user number. If you do it forcibly, also system will not post it. It says that there is already that voucher number used. You can't use that voucher number once again. So that control will be here. If you want to, if system want to reject it or accept it, accept the same voucher number once again, that control will be here. If I say reject duplicate, system will reject the duplicate voucher. It will not allow the duplicate voucher number for any other transaction because it's already used. We also have another option called reject duplicates within fiscal year, which means if the voucher number is used in the previous fiscal year, system will allow to use it in this fiscal year. Okay, but within the fiscal year, it will not allow. Once the fiscal year is crossed, it will allow to use the same voucher number or same voucher format and number. So within the fiscal year, it will not allow. So this is one option we have. Then I have another option called accept duplicates, which means system will automatically accept the duplicate voucher. Even though the same voucher number is posted once, it will again accept the other voucher number. It will again accept the another voucher number. How many times you post the same voucher number, system will keep on accepting it because the condition you gave is accept duplicate. Then I have one more option, warn in case of duplicates, means it will give you a mere warning. The yellow color message that you will get in the screen, it's a warning. So it will give you a warning message that this voucher number is already used. Do you want to reuse it again or use it once again? You can, it will just give you a warning message. That's all. You can, system will allow you anyway to post it. Even though you will get a warning, system will allow you to post it. Just a warning, it will give indication. Here, if I select accept duplicates, it will not give indication also. But if I select reject duplicate, it will give a red color error message saying that it is used already. You cannot use it once again. It will directly stop you or stop the user from posting the transaction, and it will never allow until and unless you change this parameter from reject duplicate to accept duplicate. Okay, this is one parameter that controls the duplicate voucher numbers can be used or not. Okay, not mostly any of them use the duplicate voucher numbers. Always they'll keep it as reject duplicate only. Most of the clients. Okay. On purpose, sometimes they will open it, change to accept duplicate. Sometimes they reuse the same voucher number for some other purpose to insert the transactions into already posted voucher. Maybe at that point they can use it. But again, they'll come back and change it to reject duplicate after posting such vouchers once again. They'll come back and control it. This is the one parameter that controls every user not to use the duplicate vouchers or could not use the duplicate vouchers. Sometimes there is an option of using manual vouchers. We have seen it in the journal names time. I told you how we can use manually or how we can give manual voucher numbers. In that case, there are chances that users might use the same user voucher numbers. That would be, in that case, then system accepts, then it's difficult that multiple transactions will be under single voucher, which is not good. So that is why they'll have this reject duplicate control here.
But while doing the accrual transactions, we will give the condition use the same voucher, right?
Yeah,
So
that's system generated automatic, right? So it will
yeah,
use same voucher. So here,
then we will not get any warning
no,
or
no,
if
you won't get anything. There you only giving directly to directly you are giving that to system to use same voucher number for multiple transactions. So there you won't get. See,
yeah.
before posting for multiple transactions, you can use single voucher. I mean at a time,
Okay,
which
for
means like
posting.
for for when you are entering journal today, you can use the same voucher number for 100 lines also,
Okay.
and you can post at a time. But tomorrow, once this is posted, right? Tomorrow you can't use the same voucher number. That is the condition.
Okay.
So that's the way you told for accruals or allocations. It use the same voucher number, right? For multiple lines
Yes, yes.
that you are posting at a time, right? You're
So
not posting it.
we can't use the voucher number again.
The posted voucher number you can't use it again.
Yes, yes.
Clear, guys, for everyone. This point. Any other confusion? Sairam,
No, no.
Seshu, Saideep. Okay,
No, JP.
perfect then. Then I have this option, allow multiple transactions within one voucher. So this one, I'll show you why this one is used actually. So this is used actually to use multiple customer accounts, multiple vendor accounts, multiple bank accounts within a single voucher. Normally, until now we have done transactions for ledger and bank, or for ledger, I mean, we did not use bank account also, right? Actually, ledger to ledger only we have done transactions, right? So normally you can do vendor to bank, customer to bank also, it will allow, but you cannot use two customer accounts or two vendor accounts within a single voucher if you disable this one. But if you enable this one, you can use two customer account, two vendor accounts or two bank accounts within a single voucher. So normally it is not recommended by Microsoft to enable this parameter, use multiple transactions within single voucher because of different issues. So there is one document called one voucher functionality. So that one voucher functionality here describes better about this single voucher concept. So mostly they don't use this parameter or disable, they will disable this parameter only. They don't use two vendor accounts or two customer accounts in a single voucher. They will use one customer account, one vendor account. For other vendor and other customer, they will use another voucher. They'll click on new and create a new voucher. Okay, if I enable this parameter, I can get the option of selecting two vendors or two customers in a single voucher. If at all I want to transfer balance from one vendor account to another vendor account, I can do it if I enable this parameter. If not, they normally use a temporary account. In first voucher, they'll transfer the balance to one temporary account from one vendor. Again, from that temporary account to another vendor, they will transfer it the balance in another voucher. They'll post two vouchers normally. Okay, so I'll share you this document. You can sometimes go through this document if you do not get anything, or maybe later in your course, after completion of accounts payable, accounts receivable, you can better understand why we don't use this. So it creates a lot of trouble in reporting as well as taxation. So normally when you use vendor, tax will be a tax receivable will be there. So when you use customer, tax direction will be tax payable. But if you use one vendor and customer account within the journal voucher, system will not understand what should be the tax direction if at all there is a sales tax entry. So that is the problem with this having multiple accounts in a single voucher, multiple transactions within single voucher. So this is only for, as I told you, if you use multiple customers, multiple vendors, multiple bank accounts, multiple projects, or multiple fixed assets in a single voucher, system will not allow. It will throw an error message that you cannot create a transaction with multiple vendors or multiple customers like that.
So
Okay.
if you want to do a component like payment to the creditors, I mean to creditors, so we have to do individual entry, right? We have to give it
Yeah,
date.
we have to do individual entry. Yes. In single vouchers we have to do.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to do it for two vendors at a time, two vendors debiting and bank account crediting, it's not
Can't be possible.
it's not possible. If you
Yeah.
enable this, it is possible.
Yes.
But I recommend, and Microsoft also recommend, not to use this. So when I enable this, you see this warning message. We do not recommend allowing multiple subledger transactions per voucher because of accounting impact to various processes and reporting. For more information, see this report document. So the document is this document only. Okay. So I mean, you can see it here, the same document actually. You can see it if you want to. So I disable this one. I mean, if I enable this also, then no problem. I can disable this anytime. Okay. Then I have this one, check continuous numbers option. So you can read this narration, select this checkbox to verify that number sequences that generate vouchers in the general ledger are continuous. So if I enable this one, all the number sequences that I use in general ledger process should be continuous only. Sometimes I have lenience, right? For few journals I am using continuous, for few processes I have continuous. For other number sequences which are in these parameters here, these are not continuous. Most of them are non-continuous number sequences. In that case, system will throw me error message that number sequence you are using is not a continuous number sequence. So it's not compulsory that every number should be compulsorily continuous number sequence only. But if I enable this, then it should be definitely continuous number sequence only. If at all it has to be used in Dynamics in general ledger module. Okay, there are certain countries like Italy and certain European countries where continuous number sequence is mandatory. They can't tolerate a number that is missing out of the voucher transaction list. Suppose here in India, if 51 is posted, 52 is not posted, 53 can be posted. And if 53 is not at all posted also, it is okay for us. But in Italy, every voucher number is accounted. So they have to post each and every voucher number, and it has to be in continuous number sequence only. So that is why they use this check continuous numbers, which means for every number sequence that they use for general ledger transactions anywhere in allocations or in periodic journal or in normal intercompany journals anywhere, it should be continuous only. Whatever the number sequence is there that is used for voucher generation, it should be continuous. So that is one option. Here I disabled it because I don't need it. Yes, Susila.
If we give this condition, then we no need to give the condition as continuous in voucher series.
We have to give continuous. I mean, if I don't select this, then no need to select it as continuous. If you don't give continuous also, system will take voucher numbers. Okay. But if I give continuous here, I should definitely use continuous numbers only. When
Yeah,
we select,
if we enable this or this condition, we don't, I mean, we need not to give we need not to select the continuous
we
condition in
have to
voucher series.
select. We have to select continuous.
Okay.
For every voucher series, we have to select continuous. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Okay, see here. When we select test, system verifies that number sequences that generate vouchers in ledgers are continuous. Continuous number sequences may slow down the system, it is saying. So if we use all continuous, then it may slow down system. It is generally giving a warning. Okay. So I'm not using this one because sometimes I have continuous, sometimes I don't have continuous. So it's not mandatory that I should have continuous, right? For my legal entity, so I'm not using it. For those who are, it is mandatory, they will use only continuous. So for that, every number sequence should be continuous only. Then I have this one, interrupt in case of error account. So select this option to interrupt updates to automatic transactions with a message when the error account is being posted. Actually, in the accounts for automatic transactions page, we have one account called error account. Sometimes when there are minor imbalances in the account, so sometimes it will take it will generally take penny difference in accounting currency, penny difference in reporting currency accounts from accounts for automatic transactions. We have discussed this topic here. So sometimes when system does not understand where is the difference coming from, that minor difference, it will adjust to another account called error account. Here we have error account, this one. Mostly they will give the same account of penny difference for the error account also. Most of the time they'll give the same account. So in case of there are minor errors in the voucher or minor adjustment has to be done, it will use the error account actually. So in suppose if in that case, if system is using error account, it should how it should handle, or system is taking error account automatically, how it should handle is what I have here. Interrupt in case of error account, yes or no. If I say yes means if system is using that automatic transaction account, error account, it will say that error account is being used here. Before posting only, when you validate, it says error account is being used in this voucher. So if you want system to interrupt, you can select yes, interrupt me. If not, you can select it as no. Mostly it will not select error account until and unless there arises a situation where that minor cents difference does not belongs to any penny rounding difference or penny currency difference. If it arising out of any other situation, then only it will take error account. Until and unless other than that, it will not take error account. Okay, do not worry about this. Then I have maximum penny difference in accounting currency and maximum penny difference in the reporting currency. Few of us encountered an error message because we did not give this penny difference amounts here. So why do we have this here? Anybody? Saideep or Santosh, someone asked me why that they are facing this error. Santosh is here in call.
Yes, yes,
Okay, you're the one right who asked me
yes, yes.
regarding this. Okay. So why did we give this and what happened when you give this?
Yeah, actually there was a penny difference in the in reporting currency and accounting currency.
Okay.
So we have used this to get it the to resolve the error.
Perfect. So whenever we are posting voucher in because of exchange rate differences, we sometimes get there is a 0.1 difference in the accounting currency and reporting currency. That minor voucher imbalances are posted to these accounts. I told you. We have also seen that when we were doing some process, we got that error message and we have created these accounts. So even though if you have created this account, system have this limit of selecting how much penny difference can system automatically post from here. So if you give 0, system will not consider the, even though you give accounts here, system will not consider. Okay, but if you give some amounts here, then only system will consider. Suppose the penny difference in the journal voucher is 5 cents. Here you have given 1 cent only. Then system will not use that 1 cent. I mean, sorry, if I give 0.01 cent, then system will not allow you to post that voucher because the allowed maximum penny difference is 0.01 only. Suppose if I give 10 cents, if it is within that limit, system will allow me. Okay, 10 cents. There will be maximum 1 or 2 cents difference only will be appear in voucher imbalance. Mostly if it is a rounding difference or rounding difference because of exchange rates, there will be at least 1 or 2 cents only. So that's why I told you to give 10 cents at least so that system will accept it and it will automatically adjust that whatever the imbalance is there 1 cent, 2 cents to any of these accounts. So this is for penny difference in accounting currency. This is for penny difference in reporting currency. The same way, the maximum amount that I can give for penny difference in accounting currency can be given here. Maximum amount I can give for penny difference in reporting currency I can give here. Okay, this view I have. 1 second, guys. I'll just keep it on mute for a minute. One urgent work. I'll just Sorry for that. My friend is having some doubt. Okay. Then this is what we have for maximum and maximum penny difference in reporting and according currency. So I always recommend you to have at least 10 cents. So according to the client, you can give what could be the maximum amount. Okay. Then what we have, this process source document lines in parallel. Normally this is for purchase orders or invoices. That only I feel like. So this source documents will be, the vouchers related to that source document will be automatically posted to general ledger whenever you do any purchase order invoice or post a product receipt or post any other sales order invoice or any fixed asset transaction. It will be linked to that particular source document, which is purchase order invoice. Also the voucher will be posted to general ledger. Even though it is posted to general ledger voucher, it is always linked to that particular PO or the customer or vendor. So that's what we have. This is always be, and mostly and always it will be kept as yes only. Okay. So then I have certain things for journalizing which we commonly not use. This journalizing options. So this extended ledger journal, this is to run extended journalizing. This prints a report that is sorted by date and time when journals are created. The standard journalizing report is sorted by journal number mostly. So this is for reporting purpose only. And this start journalizing report at page 1. This is actually this checkbox to print the journalizing reports from page 1 itself. So these three are for this printing purpose only. I mean, these two are for printing purpose. This is actually to verify whether all the periods are journalized before they are put on hold or closed. So this is actually, this can be used because when you create some journal, suppose for today's period, today is August 27th, right? So I am not posting those journals. They are just created and we have saved them. I'm trying after 31st of August. I'm trying to keep that August period on hold in Ledger calendar. I told you we can keep periods on hold or permanently close them. Suppose while I was trying to keep it on hold, it says an error message that there are certain journals which are not posted and having date of previous month which you are trying to hold. So better deal with those journals and then keep the period on hold. That's what it says. It gives a normal warning message or error message. No, it not give error message. It will give warning message saying certain transactions are not journalized yet or not posted, and you are keeping this period on hold. Please check. So it will say like that. Then I have upload journal name. Actually, this is used for uploading journals through data management framework. So there is one way where we can upload any data into journal. I mean, into Dynamics actually. May it be vendor accounts or master data or transaction data or anything. We can import into Dynamics through data management. We can use an Excel file or any other XML format file. We can arrange the data in that file and we can import it into Dynamics. We'll see it sometime when we get to that point. But normally the journal name that has to be used can be given here if at all we are importing any data. Then I have this project one. So this one allow the financial dimensions to be edited on the advanced level entry form. So you can check this box to allow the ledger accounts to be changed in the advanced ledger entry form. This is only for public sector companies actually. Public sector configuration key is selected. So mostly for public sectors, we use this option. Normally, whenever you enter financial dimensions in advanced projects form, you can edit them or override them. So that can be done only when this is enabled. If not enabled, you can't use it. That's one thing we have. So out of this general, the most important are this one. What all we have until here, this box, this few dimensions are important. These are optional only. You don't have to select all these if you don't feel like. Mostly clients does not use this journalizing process. It only for this process. I mean, these are the few parameters that entirely guide everything. And we have few parameters here for accounting rules as well. We'll see this, how they are helpful. So this one actually financial dimensions. So here values used for summary segment account, actually the financial dimension values that are used for source document are, that are used are taken from source document or accounting distribution. What it said, mostly they will use source document only. So if I use source document, so actually this is for purchase orders or invoices. There we can give accounting distribution. So if financial dimensions has to be taken from accounting distribution page, I can select accounting distribution. If financial dimensions has to be taken from the header level of any document like purchase order header or invoice header, there also we can give financial dimensions. So if for the summary account means there will be a alias account like accounts payable account, accounts receivable account behind vendors and customers. So for that account, from where the dimension values has to be picked, either from the header of the invoice or from the accounting distributions page in the invoice. Whatever you want, you can select it here. So system by default pick the financial dimension values in combination to that particular summary account from this any of these areas. You will better understand this when we discuss about accounts payable or at least accounts payable concept. What is source document and what are accounting distributions? Okay. So it will be source document by default and let it be source document. Okay. Then I have this transaction reversal process wherein I can use this correction. If this checkbox is selected, a debit transaction is reversed by adding a minus debit transaction and credit transaction is reversed by adding a minus credit transaction. When you reverse a customer or vendor transaction by using a correction, the connected ledger transactions are also reversed by using using these corrections. This is also called store no reversal. Suppose I'll show you small example here. Suppose my rent account is debited with 1000, okay, and cash account is credited with same 1000. Okay, if at all I want to post the reversal for this entry, what will be the reverse transaction? Anyone?
Cash account to rent. Cash
Cash to
account
rent.
debit, rent account credit.
Okay, cash account will be debited for 1000 and rent account will be credited for 1000. Correct? Right? This is what we get when we do a reversal. But when we do this reversal or correction reversal, like store no reversal, what we call here we can see the name store no reversal. In this, what happens is the entry will be same like this above. Okay, rent account will be debited only, cash account will be created only. Okay, cash account is also created, but it takes minus amount here, minus 1000 and minus 1000. So if I have done it in the previous way, like cash account debited, rent account created, that is also correct. And if we do this, this is also correct. But most of the customers or clients do not prefer using negative numbers in accounting because they believe that negative numbers are not real numbers. Whatever that is positive, that is a real number. That goes beyond zero, it's not a real number. And maintaining accounts in negative numbers is not a correct way, is what they feel like. So that is why they don't use this kind of corrections which gives negative numbers or negative balances for the accounts. Okay, so whatever we see for credit, we see negative number in the journal voucher. That's only for representation purpose. Normally only for representation purpose. It does not say that in account it is using negative number. Okay, it uses the rule of debit and credit, not the negative and positive and negative rule. It uses the debit and credit rule. But whereas it comes to this Torno reversal or correction entry, the reversal entry will be posted like this. Same rent account will be debited, cash account will be credited, but with negative numbers. That will reverse the balances. Again, it will make zero only when we post this entry. Or else if we post a regular entry for reversal, like if removing zeros, if this is credited and this is debited, then also it is the same entry, right? I mean the same reversal. It will entirely make the system balance zero for these two accounts. These two transactions can be settled and cancelled. So that's with that correction entry. Okay, so it will mostly be left as no only, not at all used. Maybe you might come across in future with a client who uses this kind of negative number reversals. Okay, So there is another concept called as posting definitions here. So we have a concept called as posting profiles in module in general in accounts payable and accounts receivable and fixed assets, and everywhere we have this posting profile option which connects the accounts payable, accounts receivable. These modules are called subledger modules. So it will connect these subledger modules to general ledger. These posting profiles are used to connect the accounts, general ledger accounts to subledger. For the accounts payable or accounts receivable fixed asset modules. So alternatively, other than posting profiles, we can use posting definitions. Mostly in service sector companies, they will use posting definitions where they can use multiple summary accounts for vendors and customers. Okay, we will better understand this concept when we complete accounts payable and accounts receivable. Someday we will discuss these posting definitions. Okay, as I told you, only public sector clients will use posting definitions. Other than that, normal companies or clients will use only posting profiles. Okay, we have that option of posting profile. So we also have this posting. The setup is here actually for posting definitions. See, under posting setup, we have posting definitions. So whenever an invoice is done, whenever a purchase order is done, what is the alias account that has to be used for vendors or customers, that we can define in posting definitions. That is what we define in posting profiles also. But when we enable posting definitions, system will take accounts from here rather than from posting profiles. So that's what we have for posting definition. So I'm not enabling this one. So this is for commitment accounting. This is not enabled here because this is not a public sector company. Encumbrances and commitments are only for public sector companies, mostly for public sector companies. Okay. So these are all disabled. So let it be. And we have few parameters for year-end closure process. We will discuss these parameters only during year-end closure process, and these are really important and only important for year-end closure process. Okay, so we have this topic, right? Year-end closure process. When we discuss this topic, we will discuss these parameters one by one. Okay. So for now, the things that you have to keep in mind is these parameters, very, very important. Okay. Coming to sales tax. So this we will discuss during sales tax module. We don't have any effect of this for now because we are not using sales tax, right? So let it be like this. We will discuss in the sales tax module. Then I have something called inventory dimensions. So these inventory dimensions are mostly for warehouse management and inventory management, where you can use this inventory dimensions in those modules for supply chain, not for finance related things. So we are not using this. We are not discussing about this inventory dimensions. Okay. Then I have number sequences. We know these number sequences. We have been into this page a lot of times. We have number sequences that were automatically generated when we generated the number sequences in our second class. So for every situation, there will be a unique number sequence code that is generated and being placed by system automatically here. So if you want to change the formats for any of this, we have changed it for a lot of them. We have changed it for transaction reversal. We have also changed it for reverse tracing number. Yes, previous day only, I think 2 days back, we have changed this. So again, for basis rules or elimination rules, so this is for consolidation actually. Or for any other situations, you can change the formats if you want. This will automatically give a default format like company name, MRF, and 6 digits or 9 digits according to the format. You can change it as you wish if you can open and change it. Most of the times when there is an error message in the system, according to for the number sequences or for any other situation, you can come back to this particular number sequence where suppose if you're reversing and you got a number sequence error, you can come to transaction reversal reference and you can select that number sequence and identify what is the issue. So if system says it is not continuous and it has to be continuous, come into that place, go into it and give it as a continuous. Okay. So mostly you will get that kind of errors only. Continuous or already used numbers, or you have to manually clean them. So that would be the situation for these number sequences. Then I have batch transfer rules. Here under batch transfer rules, I have the scheduled batch, synchronous and asynchronous. Actually, by default, it will be scheduled batch. I can select asynchronous. Actually, recently customers are selecting asynchronous only. What happens with this is, whenever we do transactions with accounts payable module, accounts receivable module, and fixed asset and other subledger modules, the transactions will be automatically, the vouchers related to invoices and payment transactions will be automatically posted to general ledger only. Okay, whenever you do any customer payment, that voucher behind it will be posted to general ledger only. It will show in the accounts payable, accounts receivable as well, but the same will be posted in general ledger only. So that vouchers, whenever we post invoices or payments, that will be brought into general ledger through the scheduled batch. If we select scheduled batch, it will bring in scheduled batch. If not, if we select asynchronous method, it will bring automatically in an asynchronous method. Whenever you post it, it will directly bring it into general ledger. If that voucher is not displayed or not posted into general ledger, there is another thing here called in periodic tasks in general ledger. Actually, subledger journal entry is not a transferred page. So in this page, they will get stagnated or they will get blocked. You can select all of them and click on transfer now so that they will be transferred into general ledger. Okay, remember that just like when we are posting journal transactions, we are getting vouchers, right? Once after posting. In the same way, if you post invoices or purchase orders or sales orders, you will also get vouchers. Okay, those vouchers will be transferred to general ledger module. So this is the job that automatically transfer those balances to general ledger or that vouchers to general ledger. Okay, if they are not transferred, they will get stuck here in this page. This is here under periodic tasks, subledger and journal entries not yet transferred. Okay, from this page, you can select that page and you can select those vouchers that are stuck here. Click on transfer now and it will be transferred. Okay. Then the last one we have is this one, chart of accounts and dimension delimiter or separator, whatever we call it. So there is one. So whenever we are posting any journal entry, we are getting this one. I hope you remember. After my account, we'll get this delimiter or separator. Then we will get a dimension value. Then again, we'll get a separator. Then we will get a dimension value. Isn't that? Suppose if I go to general ledger transactions. So you can also change that separator if you want to. Mostly this is default separator or default delimiter that separate account and dimension values. You can select any of the symbol here. These are the supported symbols by Dynamics. You can select any symbol from here. It's taking some time. Okay, here if I go to lines, suppose. So you can see it, right? Symbol here between account and financial dimension. And again, you see the symbol for between accounts and financial dimensions here, cost center, I can select one. So for between account and dimensions, we have seen the symbol. So that is here. This selection can be done here in this place, chart of account delimiter. So chart of accounts and dimensions delimiter is this one, separator. You can change it to any symbol you want. You can keep this symbol or this symbol or two dots or two curved delimiters you can keep as you wish. Okay, if you see this, it will modify and run in the batch job. Next time, if I select different symbol and modify it, next time when I select any transaction, it will show that symbol, curved symbol, or any symbol that you select. Okay, make sure that it will be simple like this default one. Mostly they will use the same. Some clients will use this one, this single curved line. Okay, so that's all we have in general ledger parameters. So as I told you, the most important are these few we have here. So these will guide most of the transactions. That should be all, guys. If you have any doubts, you can ask, or if you can drop off. So if we are completing general ledger with this, and from Monday we will discuss cash and bank management. And complete in the next week, cash and bank management will be mostly completed. From the later week, we will discuss purchase orders. I mean accounts payable module. Okay. So cash and bank is a small module. Actually, it's not as big as general ledger. General ledger is the biggest module, and then accounts payable will be one of the biggest modules. Okay. So general ledger is called heart of Dynamics because most of the configurations we have done without configuring general ledger properly, we can't do transactions in other modules. Okay. Calendars, currencies, exchange rates, everything are here only in general ledger. So accounts for automatic transactions, journal name setup. So all are here in general ledger only. So general ledger is the heart for Dynamics. So practice well in general ledger. If you are perfect in general ledger, then you will be a strong consultant. Okay. I'll stop it until here. We have